Hi, I'm Tony Ellsworth. Welcome to Interbike 2016. We're going to walk you through the product line. We're really excited to bring it to you this year. This is Peter, Andre. They're key members of our team. We're still a tight, close-knit group, and we're happy to walk you around the product line.
The first thing I want to talk about here at Ellsworth is our new model that we just released today here at Interbike. It's called the Rogue 40. It has 140 millimeters of travel front and rear. It is designed for your cross-country enduro racer, weekend warrior. I believe that this geometry is very spot on for what the bike is intended to do. It has a 67-degree head tube angle, 420 millimeter long chainstays, and a 13.7-inch high bottom bracket height. This will round out everything you want to do around the mountain, keep it very stable at low speeds, keep you very comfortable on the bike, as well as climb without any sort of loss of energy or power.
This is the Rogue 40 in orange. We have a red and blue back there, and an all stealth black. We're also offering it in 3 sizes, medium, large, and extra large. Extra large this year is new for us. Everybody seems to be getting taller and taller, and people love that long stack and reach progression that we've been doing, so it's working really great for us this year.
I wanted to take a minute and just go over some of the really key changes with our suspension system, which has been a benchmark of our product line for many, many years. Instant center tracking, we're rebranding to active energy efficient suspension. It still uses instant center tracking methodology and technology, but we wanted to kind of give it a name that more told what it did. So as some of you might know because you've heard it before, and some of you might not know because you haven't heard it yet, instant center tracking, or active energy efficient suspension, is a method that I use when I design every single bike to make sure that it's 100% energy efficient and 100% fully active. Most of the suspension systems out there use some kind of anti-squat or brain shocks or something to tighten up the suspension, which takes away your suspension activity in order to preserve energy efficiency. And if the suspension is active, then you actually lose some energy efficiency. Instant center tracking, or what we've rebranded as active energy efficient suspension, never takes away your suspension activity to deliver 100% energy efficiency. Some of the key features that we've put in the rear end of all of the active suspension bikes to help get it stiffer. We've actually increased the stiffness of our suspension system over 300%. Just some of those key things are with the rocker. So rockers have a tendency on the bike to want to scissor, to do this as they're loaded up. So one of the things we've done is we actually designed a shock pin that is a hex that locks in both sides of the rocker, so the rocker cannot move, it cannot scissor at all. The rocker itself is a unit. So that was one thing we did to help stiffen up that portion of the suspension. So why don't you follow me over here really quick. Let's just look at the back of this bike, which Peter and Andre will be taking you through. But on the shock stay, we have a tendency to have 2 long legs down here hooking to a wheel. And so as you get loaded up with lateral forces on the wheel, the shock stay wants to tend to move like this. And so in order to stop that, we've done 2 things. At the top, we have this carbon torsion arch that holds the top together like a box stiff. And then we have, at the bottom, a hex taper axle. The axle locks in this side of the shock stay over here. And then on this side, this hex locks into the derailleur hanger here. And that stops the shock stay from being able to twist or move at all. So with the hex taper lock, the carbon torsion axle, the rocker locking pin, and then our huge oversized bearings, you can see them here. So they actually have a 15 millimeter ID, and with that 15 millimeter ID, we put a pivot pin through there that you can actually see through, and dual encapsulate each one of those bearings. And they're all dual row, max packed, full complement bearings. Anyway, those are some of the new features that are new on all Ellsworths. They all feature full boost technology front and rear. And the bikes are tremendously stiff and still fully energy efficient and fully active suspension. There's a little analogy I like to share with you. You know, I ride motorcycles. I have 4-wheel drive vehicles. I like to play. If it has wheels, I like to play. And anything I have that has suspension, none of it has lockouts or tightening mechanisms or something that abbreviates the suspension function of the vehicle. So with bikes, it's the same. If you have suspension, it should be working all the time. Shouldn't tighten, stiffen, jack, squat, shouldn't do any of those things. And we're really committed to that here at Ellsworth, and it's very important to me. And I hope you'll get a chance to ride the bike and experience that for yourself.